All right, welcome everyone. Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for
Chihayafuru, Season 2, Episode 1. You ready,
right.
Caleb?
I'm ready. I'm excited. We've seen the
power
peak.
ceiling.
Yeah.
Just how crazy competitive karuta can get. Exactly, the top of the mountain. And while it is daunting, while our high schoolers might be incredibly outmatched,
yeah, we thought Shinobu was bad.
Yeah, exactly. Right. But hey, Chihaya, you do have some tools in your arsenal that you can use, right? It's
building new ones.
It's not some untouchable god up on the mountain, right? Like you can actually maybe get there.
Yeah.
But
unlike recruiting new members for your club,
recruiting new members for the club, maybe
you just don't have that in you.
Yeah, leave that to
I mean, we do have some members in the club that were there kind of because of her.
Yeah, but I don't think she has enough arms to drag that many people to the club room and keep them there.
Yeah.
So I think we're gonna need something to actually
something
make them want to be here.
Like bribery.
Yeah, I think our best bet right now is Taichi. Just using raw sex appeal to just get a bunch of girls to be like, what? Yeah, we're gonna watch you just get all sweaty and be focused and disciplined and dealing with the cards or whatever. Yeah, who cares what it is?
And then that might be enough for a day or two, but we need these girls to stay around.
Right, we need to at least have them be there long enough for there to be 5 more at a point in time.
Right, we need them to want to get rank A or B, because if they get there, Taichi will date them, and it'll start a full tournament arc or what have you.
And Chihaya just doesn't understand why.
No, Chihaya understands yes, he's very attractive. I totally understand, because that makes it even worse, right?
Right.
She's yes, he's a very attractive man.
Yes, he is. He's traditionally pleasing to the eye.
Exactly. Yeah. Right. I understand your motivation. You want rank A, B, go get him. Yeah, exactly. Use whatever means necessary.
And then there's the one girl who's getting really sweaty with it and is actually taking it really seriously. And then Chihaya's she's great at karuta. Why aren't you interested in her?
Why aren't you interested?
Yeah.
Yes. But y'all, without further ado, let's get into this. Ooh. Clean. So did she have a better advantage because he had 2 frums that he was working with and she only had 1? Yeah, okay. They got recruitment posters up. That's good. Ooh, why not?
Oh, okay. I like it.
I have the means.
Right, because plenty of people will have played karuta before, but they won't necessarily be super serious about it.
She's getting wistful. One.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Will they stay?
Falling in love.
Yeah, just like we've all fallen in love with karuta.
Yeah. Yeah. Our journey thus far.
Nice. Oh yeah, new OP.
All right, that's a lot more.
That's a decent amount more.
I don't know if that was 10, but that looked pretty dang close.
Yeah, it didn't look like 10, but
oh, cool. Even younger, but not young, kind of in that middle ground. So we'll continue forward with the backstory stuff.
Maybe.
Oh. Oh, okay. Ooh. So she's our nervous.
Okay.
Oh.
Oh.
Yes. Okay, I was right.
All right, she's gonna get into the karuta club.
Let's go. Oh. I love the we. I recognize the voice actress. Oh!
Nice, and they're in the they're in the kimonos.
Yes, yes, her.
Yeah. God. Oh.
Oh, oh.
Was that planned? Yeah. What happened to the prepared little speech?
Ah! Furious note taking.
Yeah.
Well, if we each take 2, we can bring in 10. Oh my god, Chihaya.
You'd be a terrible teacher.
Well, she'd be a great coach.
Yeah. She'd be a great coach once they get invested. Oh.
Well, that was cool animation. That was awesome. Yeah. The reaction!
Yeah.
I can't believe it.
Just fully overwhelmed. Oh my god.
They're all gonna be gone in a week.
Yep. Except maybe her.
Yeah. Huh. Oh no. This will be a pretty tough challenge.
Yeah. Right out the gate.
Wow.
Oh,
Let's
shit.
Go. Enemy.
That's right.
No. None of them.
Nope.
No.
Nope. Stop. Taichi, intervene. Kana, intervene.
No! Oh no. Oh no.
Wouldn't that be hilarious if, as the explanation went on,
People
there were just
walk
fewer
out of
and
the
fewer
room.
people? Yeah.
Taichi, like the best person to explain all this,
Yeah.
is just being shut up by these exuberant, passionate dumbasses.
Yep. Literally, even if it was the exact same things being said, once you realize that everyone was freaking out over if Taichi has a girlfriend, just have him be the person to say it all. Where'd you go?
But that's the thing. That's the thing. You have to start. Yeah. We'll never see them again.
And
maybe if you change your approach. You blundered it.
Yeah. None of them are coming back.
Oh! And you... because he blundered, you called him Niku.
Yeah. Okay. None of them are going to be motivated. Well, maybe a couple. As long as we have names.
Right.
1年生が来るまでわからなかった。違うんだ。みんなが大事にしてるもの。
Yep.
This is so good that we're starting off the season focusing on this.
そんなことないもんね。もう次の彼氏候補発見。2年の先輩で超かっこよくて専門。
Wait, what about him is dark?
Yeah. Damn.
可愛いくらいの私みたいなタイプが。
Ah! Slightly above average. She's so blunt.
I love it.
Yeah. Like reality.
Yeah, yeah.
違うんだ。こんなに。
But what is your goal? Because when her attention is split, she wants to both beat the queen and also have a bunch of students here.
Chihaya, stop.
1年生を教えるのは私がやります。最初にきっちり教えないと。守れてやれたらいいと思うけど。
Yeah.
人とガヤガヤやって集中できるか？
Yeah.
高校選手権の予選6月だぜ。
This is so cool that they're using everyone's different priorities for this stuff here, but
yeah,
in terms of actually keeping the club going, that only matters in high school. Wow.
で目標は高校選手権大会、個人戦、各階級優勝。
I'm greedy. I want it all.
力を入れて大なカルタの強豪校になるの。
Yep.
She has no sense of
like cost.
Yeah.
カルタ強豪校ってのはせめて北欧みたいに
後輩ができたら卒業してもカルタ教えに来るんだ。
She's thinking like years down the line.
見たことない。
Karuta is her whole life.
だが好きな人間も。
It's inspiring. This level of baka, you know.
6月の大会に向けて練習中です。
Okay.
みんなも基礎が分かってきたら戦力外だから教育係なんですか？補欠とか？
No, I'm the strongest person in the club.
Yeah.
エースじゃけん。
Oh my god! I love that she got so indignant with
it. Because she's dedicated her whole life to this, so like someone insinuating she's not good at it is like, what?
Yeah!
Get out of here.
Do it!
Yeah.
I mean, he needs a better environment. Like, yeah.
Yep. And if he can't practice against Chihaya because she's already teaching the other people, then yeah. Meanwhile, Nishida will whip these two into shape.
Huh.
Oh, yeah. Interesting.
男子なんかいたっけ？
Oh, this is a boy.
Oh. Is he the younger brother of the... No.
No way. Why would he be in this school then?
Yeah. No, that wouldn't make sense.
Oh, it's reaching her heart.
Yeah.
Oh, that's sweet. Oh.
Yeah.
Just went through a rough breakup, and this poem speaks to me.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Just a glance. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, she is
Going.
Like motivated.
あれ君
早く帰らせてもらうことに。
すみれちゃんだっけ
You remember?
They're sweet.
カルタ部やっていけそう
もちろんです。
よかった
真島先輩声までいい。めちゃラッキー。
Oh, do you actually though?
いいんじゃないいいんじゃない。
Or is she just...
風が私に吹いて。
I think she does. Okay.
Although he's going to the society right now, so...
それに私もっと
There's plenty of room.
Uh-huh.
What?
空いてても座らないようにしてるんです。
Ah, yes, I have to be the good girl manga protagonist. Yeah.
花野さんも体調悪いんだから
And now he's being considerate. Her bag just slips off her shoulder. And she doesn't realize that it's also his way of kind of giving her the cold shoulder.
Yeah.
真島先輩って
'Cause he's like, no, I need to focus.
さあどうかな
絶対モテますよ。告白とかいっぱいされちゃうんだろうな。彼女には困んないですね。
そういうの最近わかんなくて男が女に選ばれてどうすんだ俺は選んで頑張るんだ
Damn. She's like, oh, I'm even more attracted to you. Like,
Yeah. She's like, whoa.
whoa. He just said that to me. Yep.
いっぱい選ばれるんじゃないじゃあね
Why do I feel like
怖いくらいつ。
Yeah, uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
絶対私を選ばない。嫌だ。私だって選びたい。後悔の歌なんか歌わない。
I mean, this is
Alright.
some protagonist energy.
Yep.
キャプテンは大人げなく
Bullying.
で100枚取り。
Amazing.
Oh no. Oh no.
And so the Ouroboros has begun.
Yeah.
This person likes this person, and this person likes that person, and then this person likes that person, and this person likes that person.
I've never experienced the completely like inexperienced, like no experienced members of a club and stuff. But I have experienced the I do this mostly just to goof off and have fun, and I don't actually intend to get better at it. That hurts me. Like, I don't understand that.
I gotcha. Yeah.
Like, I totally empathize with the... Because I feel like I actually would be a decent teacher for people that are completely new.
Sure.
I feel like I could do a really good job of being patient and kind of helping people through the process
and being passionate about it in a way that will hopefully, like, bring them along with that.
Yeah, because there's the idea that repetition is something you're going to have to build a pattern for, and the initial steps of that, they take some time. So
Yeah, and so you want to enjoy the thing itself so that way you don't think about the fact that you're doing the same thing over and over and over again.
And maybe failing over and over again. Yeah. Okay.
All right,
Okay.
here we go.
We've got 20 potentials.
Yeah.
And like 19 of them are girls that are interested in Tai Chi.
Right, and one is
probably a
determined
boy
enough-
that's also interested in Tai Chi.
Well,
but
sure.
You know what?
And one of those girls is probably determined enough to actually be like, you know what? No, I am going to study this karuta thing, to actually get good at it.
Right.
You know.
I am hilariously impressed though with the like, oh my god, like Chihaya is so pretty and stuff. All those boys are cowards though. None of them would actually even go into the club here. Whereas all the girls that are like thirsty for Tai Chi, they have actual courage and motivation. They show up.
And they didn't immediately go away.
They didn't.
I thought, which is funny because I thought for sure they were going to go away when like I've seen this season before, and I'm like, all right, where is
It's been that long.
Yeah, exactly. I'm waiting for like as they keep talking about it, we just pan back and it's like fewer and fewer people, and eventually there's like 3 people or something. But no, they actually stuck around.
So they stuck around. The idea that they would be taught by 2 very attractive people who seem very passionate, but also have the really fancy kimonos.
Oh, sure.
They have the air of that like confidence of like this is something that we dedicate our lives to, and we'd like to bring you guys into that.
Yep.
That's something that I would say is very attractive in general to a first year in high school who's like, oh, I'd love to see what that's all about too.
Yep.
Because there's no risk in just being like,
go and check out the club.
I'll check it out, and if I don't like it, I'm out.
Yep.
It's fine.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think more than like 2 or 3 of these people will actually stick around.
Yeah.
I think the opening even seemed to hint that there was barely going to be
right. There might not even be 10. Yeah.
Total, including our current 5.
Right.
But we've got a new character.
Mm-hmm.
She's very determined.
Yes.
She's got a little bit of that, like, sociopathic, like, just, like, I will put
like
on
main
whatever
character
face.
syndrome, and I will do whatever must be done.
She's willing to put on whatever face, is needed for the thing there. It's not really genuine. So the idea that she pushes herself into the situations where she ends up getting close enough to have conversations with Taichi.
Yep.
I like that she's the kind of person to push to go and make those things happen. But the idea that Taichi just kind of casually was like, no, if someone chooses me, that's not interested to me. I want to choose someone and
like
have them be my person.
He low-key rejected her, right? Like, but in a way that before she even asked, in a way that she didn't even realize. Like, she partially realized, but she didn't think that it was something that he was actually intentionally doing. But okay, she makes
just fired her up even more though.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think that's good. In a lot of ways, you're going to have times where something is on the other side of a gigantic hurdle, and if it's karuta, if it's a sport, if it's just a thing, that's cool.
Yeah.
But it can also sometimes be a relationship where you're like, it's not gonna move to the next stage until you clear this hurdle.
Yep.
And the thing is, you might never clear the hurdle.
Right.
You just might not.
Sorry, struggler. But if you get some good struggling as a result of attempting to clear that hurdle,
it can still be worthwhile.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So good job. Yes, and that poem did speak to you. So you're already getting something out of this that doesn't necessarily have to do with Taichi, right? Or it doesn't have to do with Taichi. It does have to do with the idea of relationships and stuff, but whatever. You just went through a breakup, of course.
Sure.
And
Sumire, that's her name. And she's very much someone who's emotionally resonant with these kinds of things. I do believe that was an actual genuine like emotional response there.
Yep.
And so it's something to be expected of a first year in high school, basically, in terms of years, and that she's willing to commit so readily to this, but then emotions, completely throw her off.
The whole like post breakup, especially a breakup over text, no less, like, and on more or less the first day of school, like that's rough. That's rough, and that'll give you all kinds of energy that will then need to go someplace.
Oh yeah.
And if it just happens to be there was a cute guy, and so I ended up going to the karate club, and then that kind of became the thing that energy was able to channel into. I could totally see it being something where in 2 years maybe she's like Taichi, no, but this karate thing is actually pretty great, you know.
Yeah, I do love also the recruitment thing, focusing only on her as a character for the beginning bit here.
Yes.
Although there was the guy sitting next to her that was like just quietly there, just paying attention, taking notes and stuff.
Yep.
It'll be interesting to see if these are our 2 recruits we maybe get out of all this.
Yeah, I think if we just focus on the 2 of them for now, that'll be really good, because 5 would be a lot to just dump on us at once, when we're still getting used to our and getting to know our regular cast.
Right, and the 20 or so that Chihaya is teaching could clear the question of, these are not members.
Yeah.
So then it could be the look, we're bringing in 20 new hopefuls, and they're like, all right, cool, that clears the prerequisite.
Here's
there.
the budget.
People can quit. Either
right.
way.
Or it's just some of them do just end up hanging out and playing Old Maid, and because we got 20 new members, we actually got an additional room, and so they're just in that room doing that, and it's hey.
When you're ready to upgrade and be serious and come over here.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll be waiting.
Let us know. Yeah.
Yeah, that's another part that this episode covered, which is really cool. The idea that people can have different priorities for the same sport or thing or passion is really cool, because obviously everyone wants to get better, but the reasons why they want to get better or the specific things that they want to get better at within the sport are different. So, like with some sports, you need to get better at running. Some sports, you need to be able to focus on the mental game so that you're able to not like blow out all your energy in the first 5-10 minutes of whatever the thing is that you're doing. You need to be able to learn to pace yourself. Sometimes it's just actually just aligning your life schedule in such a way that you can actually commit time to it.
Do the practice and all that. Yep. Oh yeah, because that's such an underappreciated aspect of it, I feel like, right? Where it's like, okay, you know, you see someone that's really passionate about something. The reason why that's scary for people is not because they're so passionate about it, but it's what would I have to do in order
to sacrifice?
Yeah, what would I have to sacrifice? Because clearly Chihaya has sold her soul, right? Like, you know, there's
I will come back to high school and teach everyone karuta.
Yeah, exactly. Like, that's your entire life, this game. Okay, all right, you know, and you are full committed to that, right? Like,
she is,
there isn't like doubt that she's just saying that as some like kind platitude or whatever. Like, she is a zealot, you know. And so yes, when she's yeah, right. When people are like, oh, so you're not even good to make the team, it's like, you shut the fuck up.
like the amount of like eyes rolled back in head, like like energy that she gave there of like blind rage,
but it's just for an instant, you know,
just for a fraction of a second of just like
because see, when you get crazy passionate about something, it doesn't entirely make sense, you know, especially from the outside, right? And it might as well be some addiction or obsession or, you know, right? Like, and so, yeah, with the amount of dedication that Chihaya has for karuta, you know, the amount of blood, sweat, and tears that she's put into this, like, it's you doubt my skills? I'm about to show you. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if her bullying the new recruits later was because of that comment, and she's like, no, let me show you. I'm going to take all 100 cards from you.
I do think that there is a a coaching philosophy that is the case with one-on-one games that isn't the case with team games.
Okay.
And that with team games, you want to build like synergy and generally doing things that make everybody more excited to work together.
Yeah.
But with one-on-one games, there is an element of like, do you want to see what you can do?
Right, like
you build a real
Magic
the Gathering deck,
ego.
You know?
Yeah, exactly.
And it's like, I'm gonna show you what's possible.
Yeah.
And to some people who are already interested in the game, that's amazing. That's basically the equivalent of going and watching a Twitch streamer who's like a pro player at something.
Oh yeah,
and being
it's just like, I've seen the face of God.
I don't even understand the basic meta or fundamentals yet, but I just watched them do something that I am struggling to understand how they did that.
Right, like the first time I watched a league streamer like commentating on pro play, and they're like, so clearly the next draft pick here is this champ and this champ. I'm like,
why?
How the fuck did you know that? And then both those champs get picked. And some of them are like non-traditional for the laning role. And I'm like, how?
And that's actually a different example because you know enough to be able to understand a little bit of what they're talking about.
Right, yeah.
But with a physical demonstration, meaning like you actually see the hand-eye coordination, you see the movement and stuff, you go, well, I know how the human body works.
Yeah.
I don't know why you did it that way, but what you did was move really, really fast.
Well, so I'll give an example here. So in fencing, right?
Yeah.
You know, there's one of the things that the instructor will, you know, try and hammer into our heads is don't go fast, be relaxed, right? That's how you have the most fine-tuned control and everything, right?
Yeah.
And sometimes, he doesn't do this often, but sometimes in order to like demonstrate it so that we know that that's how it works, he'll get one of the other instructors and he'll be like, okay, now watch, I'm not going to go quickly. I'm going to go super slow, but I'm going to hit them and there won't be a thing that they can do about it. And he'll just be like, ooh, just sort of twirling around their weapon and they'll go to find it. And that's, you know, and then he'll just slip underneath and go back around and he'll just be like, woo, and then just hit them and they just can't stop it. Like,
that's amazing.
And it's awesome because you know that like, oh, the other person really knows their shit, right? Like,
yeah.
But yeah, it's so I feel you, Chihaya, and that can be very motivating, but it could also theoretically be something that then smothers the, you know.
Yes. Yeah. I would say that every passionate enthusiast trying to shill their favorite thing understands the pain of overshilling, of overly passionately bludgeoning your potential
Like
recruit
Yeah.
as you scream in their face, "You will love this!" And it's like, I think you might be doing more harm than good.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite recommendation to those who want to get better at recommending things is basically to tell somebody how something made you feel, and that you really like enjoyed it positively, and then don't mention it ever again.
Right.
If they ask you questions, you've got them immediately.
Right. Like it looks like this is gonna be okay because when Chihaya was teaching, we had a decent number of girls there still. But like once they ask the "Does Taichi have a girlfriend?" thing, it's like, all right, change tactics, Taichi. Just talk about how passionate you are about karuta.
Yes.
That's it.
That's it.
And like that.
It's so funny how misappropriated the whole recruitment part in the beginning was. And yet all of them were still in the classroom.
And I will say the fact that many showed up, Kana, you did good work. You did the Lord's work, right? Like, yes, we're going to have our two very attractive, members and everything.
That is the main reason why.
Dress very nicely, and then go up and talk to everybody. Yeah, that
even though Chihaya said the most unhinged, I want 100 card friends, so I want 100 juniors.
Yeah, that almost felt like she really didn't have anything planned, and if that's the case, she did not. And if that's the case, Taichi, you give a child a tool, it's your fault.
Taichi is trying to showcase his affection and his forwardness with Chihaya by being like, "Hey, you should say something."
Oh, sure. But
I believe in you.
But that's the kind of thing you talk about beforehand and you say, "Do you have something prepared, Chihaya?" "No, but I'm sure it'll work." Maybe prepare something, Just like 5 sentences, it's fine,
Yeah, something.
Yeah.
Maybe not even that, just
right.
A little something. But I am excited that we got way more than expected. We have some of them with actual unique faces.
Yep.
Which means they are probably sticking around. The opening did seem to hint at quite a few,
and I think
specifically sticking around.
I think more than just the 2 that we saw.
Oh, it was more than the 2 for sure.
Yeah, it was 9 people total in that.
No,
in that shot.
That's 8 because Chihaya.
Chihaya is one of them. Yeah. Okay.
So that is 8. I see dark-haired girl here.
That might be the Empress.
What?
That might be the Empress.
The Empress?
Yeah, old lady that that has taken a liking to their club. So it might be that actually we have the 2 people that are the new people there, and then we have Arobachan there.
I see what you're saying.
Okay, so maybe it is just those 2.
Yeah. So, That's.
But to be fair, this is also them going someplace. So it might just be that these are the people that are committed
and taking it seriously,
and the other people are like still in the club, but they're like, no, we're not going to go on a trip for it. But
yeah, because they're going to spend the whole year learning the cards.
Right.
And then it'll be in season 3, episode 1, or the finale of season 2. One of them comes up and goes, "I did it, Chihaya." And they're like, "What?" "I memorized all 100 cards." And like, "What? What?" And like, "I did it. It took me all year." Yeah. Someone that was sitting just in the back.
Right.
Gonna be like, "I did it. I memorized all 100 cards." And Chihaya is just gonna cry, and then the season will end. That's my prediction. How we get an actual new bona fide member.
Sure.
That makes us even close to having 10.
Well, and that's where we get the whole thing of Sumire, right? Because it's going to be the she's lining up for the romance trope of the you start with the crush and then you find the love that was there the whole time, except the love that was there the whole time is karuta.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But all right, y'all, thank you so much for watching this episode's reaction and discussion. If you want to see the next episode's reaction and discussion right now, though, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon. You got on early access there. You can watch full-length timer reactions there, and all this comes with Discord access, so you can chat with us in the community there about this show, about anime in general. And also be sure to check out our Twitch channel. See if anything that interests you. We'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all
next time.